Jared Gordon and Mashrabjon Ruziboev on short notice this weekend, February 15th. If you're wondering why this looks familiar, that's not a picture of the actual fighter, but of UFC fighter Nursultan Ruziboev. This is an actual picture of Mashrabjon Ruziboev, the brother of UFC welterweight Nursultan. He's going to be stepping in on short notice to fight Jared Gordon in the lightweight division on the main card of February 15th UFC Fight Night. It's a fun fight. It is a fun fight. Mashrabjon has been in bangers outside of the UFC on the regional scene in Europe and Russia and everything like that. He is a finisher with 12 knockout wins on his record, 8 of them in round number 1, 5 submission wins, 4 of them in round number 1, a few unanimous decisions, some split and majority decisions in there as well, one of them being pretty recent, a majority decision against a 12-7-1 guy. That's not good. But it was like 2.5 years ago, so maybe he's improved since then. Maybe he's improved. I have watched some film on Mashrabjon Ruziboev recently. I've watched his last 4 or 5 fights, and I will say he's a little wild with it. He is a little bit wild with his punches, likes to come in there, get inside, and really just trade with you with the boxing and with his good power that he does have early on in round number 1, round number 2. His cardio isn't amazing. If it does go to those later rounds, he does start to slow down a little bit, where I think Jared Gordon definitely is going to start to have the advantage. Is going to be late on in this fight in the UFC lightweight division, especially considering this is short notice and Mashrabjon hasn't had a full camp like Jared Gordon has. This is a tough UFC debut for anybody, including Ruziboev, who hasn't fought in over a year, about 1.5 years as well there. So this is going to be a tough fight for sure for Mashrabjon. He's going to need to make it dirty, make it wild, and try to get a finish early on in round number 1 with a knockout or hurt him on the feet, club and sub him. That is the way Ruziboev is going to win this fight, if he does. I don't think it happens, though. He's a little bit too wild to where he gets taken down. And no, Jared Gordon isn't a wrestler. He's not an offensive guy. Got good grappling and good wrestling. He was able to defend the takedowns of Mark Madsen. He was able to defend the takedowns of Paddy Pimblett. Wasn't able to against Grant Dawson, but was able to against Joe Solecki. So he's shown some promise in the wrestling and grappling department, and he's shown great striking. He's shown to basically outstrike Paddy Pimblett in their fight, outstrike Nasrat Haqparast. I believe that was a little bit of a robbery there. So he's got good offensive striking. Wrestling-wise, we haven't really seen it, but defensive-wise, in the wrestling is very solid for Jared Gordon. So I think he defends the takedowns of Mashrabjon Ruziboev and even lands a few of his own. I do believe we do see Jared Gordon land a few of his own to tire out Ruziboev. The best way to gas out a guy on short notice is to grapple with them a little bit, and I think that's what Jared does. I think round 1, he's going to feel him out a little bit. Mashrabjon's going to try to get him out of there early with big punches. Jared's going to wrestle and grapple a little bit in round 1, really to work on that gas tank of Ruziboev. Round 2, round 3, I think Gordon is going to dominate with the striking, defend the takedowns, maybe even land a takedown or 2 on Ruziboev. I don't believe Ruziboev has been KO'd in his mixed martial arts career. He has not. It's only been submission and decision losses. Jared really isn't a knockout guy, but he's not a submission guy either. He's more of a decisionator in this lightweight division, but he's not going to knock out Mashrabjon. He's very good at scrambling when he does get hurt and making it more of a wrestling and grappling affair. So if he's going to win, it'd have to be by a decision. I don't think he submits him. I don't think he knocks him out. I think this one goes to a decision. I'm going to go 29-28 on one of the scorecards, 30-27 on the other 2. I don't think Mashrabjon has a chance here other than an early round 1 knockout. He's not going to submit Jared Gordon. Has to be early round 1 by KO. If that doesn't happen, I'm live betting Jared Gordon if the odds are good. That's my prediction. Jared Gordon by unanimous decision.